Never appreciate you joining us. Moving on, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Cyprus, the first by an Indian Prime Minister in 23 years, is being viewed in Nicosia as a diplomatic signal to Turkey, which has occupied one-third of the island since 1974. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi visited the Green Line in Cyprus that divides Iran along, the island along with Cyprus. And President Christodoulides, in fact, the area overlooks northern Cyprus, which remains under occupation with the presence of Turkish troops. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi said that India and Cyprus will develop a strong roadmap to provide strategic direction to cooperation between the two countries. He lauded the support of Cyprus for India becoming a permanent member of the Security Council and country's continued support in India's fight against cross-border terrorism. He added that to further strengthen defence and security cooperation, emphasis will be laid on defence industry under the bilateral defence cooperation program. A separate dialogue will be initiated on cyber and maritime security. He also added that India and European Union are working to conclude a free trade agreement by the end of this year. Moreover, Prime Minister Modi was also conferred Cyprus's highest civilian honour, called the Grand Cross of the Order of Makarios III. Well, this is not the first for the Prime Minister when it comes to receiving the highest civilian award. We'll talk about this and a lot more in the next few minutes with our guest. Joining us on the program is Mr. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator, Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee, former diplomat, with us on the show as well. Dr. Sharat Kohli, senior economist, joins us as well. And last but not the least, Shruti Das Gupta, foreign affairs expert, with us on the program as well. Ambassador Mukherjee, I'll begin with you, ma'am. Obviously, the Prime Minister receiving the highest civilian order goes on to show how serious Cyprus is when it comes to this bilateral, how enamored Cyprus is when it comes to this relationship. What does this visit mean to you? Obviously, for the Prime Minister, and from a geopolitical angle, the optics here are quite imperative.
Indeed, the optics are very important. This is the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister since 2002 when Bajpayee Sahab went to Cyprus. In fact, I was part of the PM's delegation. And it was an amazing visit at that time too. And the Green Line, as you mentioned, is very important because the Green Line, which cuts through Cyprus, is a tragic indication of how Turkey interfered in the internal affairs of Cyprus and established the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, which even till today is only recognized by Turkey and by Pakistan. And the original residents of the TRNC, who were Cypriots, actually would like to have a confederation. But what Turkey has done is to people it with Turks from Turkey. So the entire demographic composition has changed, much like in POK. The strategic partnership between Cyprus and India has always been very strong. And we have, in fact, at one point, Cyprus is part of the Non-Aligned movement before it joined the EU. And is going to be president of the European Union in 2026, which is an important year in geopolitics. More than that, PM going there, receiving the highest civilian award, signing all these MOUs, etc., is a strong indication of India's support for Cyprus and Greece at a time when Turkey has completely shifted and has lost all balance in its policy towards India and has become completely pro-Pakistani in its approach. Even though it's a NATO country and is supposed to be close to the United States, it has developed its own independent foreign policy, which is really to build up an anti-Western front globally, along with China. So these are indications that India is seeking to rebalance its strategic options. And moreover, Cyprus occupies a very important position in the Eastern Mediterranean, which is of crucial importance globally and also for India. And Cyprus has a huge tourism industry, and Cypriots are also very interested in visiting India. We have a lot of business options also going on, including in third countries, because Cypriots, these are all Greek Cypriots, they are extremely good in business, and they have a lot of interest in investing in India. And similarly, we too have invested in Cyprus. So it's a very important visit. And coming as it does on the eve of his going to the G7 is also an indication of the kind of strategic priorities that India has in the European Union. Vineet.
All right. Dr. Sharad Kohli, your analysis of